have detained a number of individuals on suspicion of corruption allegation and planning to carry out terror attacks, according to the Federal Attorney General. It was revealed that a total number of 59 suspects were arrested from the three public institutions on allegation of corruption. Here is Solomon Baina for the story.
The Federal Attorney General has briefed the media concerning the overall situations in the country and the government reactions. Attorney General of Federal Government Berhanus Agay during briefing media said that the government has been drafting different proclamations that protect human and democratic rights of the citizens of the country. We have been working to approve most of the proclamations that are under drafting process. The proclamations have many advantages for citizens of the country when they are implemented. For instance, they have significant role in widening political space in the country. Again, noted that there are also proclamations that are designed with special considerations. There are two proclamations prepared in a special way. These are proclamations for illegal weapon trafficking and hate speech and fake news. These two major proclamations were drafted after problems were identified. For instance, there is high tendency of illegal weapons trafficking in the country. Starting from May 2018 till now, there is huge number of illegal weapon trafficking. This is already identified through various investigations. The other one is proclamations that was drafted to avoid hate speech and fake news. This is mainly to prevent people of the country from unwanted conflicts. He underscored that the proclamations do not hinder freedom of speech and expression that are given to the citizens by Constitution. The guy also stated that the government has been identifying various criminal deeds and corruptions carried out in the country. He also stated that 4 major institutions were already identified and 59 individuals, including leaders of the institutions, were detained. According to him, the identified institutions are Ethiopian Public Procurement and Property Administration Agency, Ethiopian Water Works Corporation, Public Procurement and Property Disposal Service, and Ethiopian Trade Corporation. Following the investigation conducted within the Public Procurement and Property Disposal Service, about $23.7 million of public funds has been wasted during the procurement of 400 metric tons of wheat. Similarly, the officials at the Water Works Construction Corporation were detained on suspicion of wasting 55 million birr of public funds during the procurement of reinforcing bar, the Attorney General stated. According to Attorney General, individuals and groups intending to carry out terror attack in Ethiopia have been traced and being detained. He said security agencies of the country have tangible evidence that the suspected individuals and groups are direct linked with global terror groups, and hence the investigation process will take time as it needs working with other countries.
The United States and the government of Ethiopia jointly signed Declaration of Partnership for the U.S. government new 5-year Feed the Future strategy to invest in food security, build resilience, and accelerate economic growth opportunities in Ethiopia. Minister of Agriculture Oman Hussein and Deputy Administrator of USAID Bonnie Glick signed the agreement, which renews U.S. government agriculture, nutrition, and food security-related commitments through 2024 in support of the Prime Minister's New Horizon of Hope agenda. The new multi-sector Feed the Future strategy also aligns with the Ethiopian government national-level development strategies and contributes to Ethiopia's vision of becoming a prosperous middle-income country by 2025. Ethiopia is one of the only 12 partner countries worldwide chosen to participate in this phase of the Feed Future initiative, according to the embassy statement sent to Fana Broadcasting Corporation. Over the next 5 years, Feed the Future will build on past success in Ethiopia, forging new partnership and greater collaboration among governments, donors, and business to provide economic growth opportunities and improve health, nutrition, and resilience for millions of Ethiopians. Ethiopia River Basin Development High Council has approved a draft national water use tariff regulation. The tariff will be paid from 2 to 3% of the total profit of the sectors, which allows used to be pollution protection waste. Olma Baina's story.
Ethiopian River Basin Development High Council has approved a draft national water use tariff draft regulation. The draft will be paid from 2 to 3% of the total profit of the sectors which will be used for population protection ways. Industry, fishery, irrigation, hydropower, water services are among the sectors expected to pay the tariff. Accordingly, sectors such as cut flower companies that may harm the environment will pay more than other fields to equalize the harm they cause. Deputy Prime Minister and Chairperson of the Council, Demeke Mekonnen, on the occasion said the main purpose of the tariff is to make people use water more efficiently and teach its value to protect the resource.
ከጊዜ ወደ ጊዜ በምድር ውስጥ እየራቀን እንዳይሄድ ያንን የመጠበቅና ለትውልድ የማሻገር ኃላፊነት
Protecting our underground water resource is very important to pass it from generation to generation. We have to conserve all basins based on their nature.
The chairperson urged all regional administrators to protect the basins in their respective regions and mobilize the community to work for the improvement of the water bodies. He noted that pushing the people towards paying the tariff makes them to give attention for water resource.
ከምንም በላይ ለዋናው ለተፋሰስ አጀንዳ የአመለካከት ለውጥ እንዲመጣ
The main purpose of this agenda is to realize that we have to value our water resource because water is our huge natural resource. We have to also think for next generation.
Minister of Water, Irrigation and Energy, Dr. Engineer Seleshi Baqqala, told the Ethiopian News Agency that strategic works are being done to handle climate change problems in the basins, including protecting the water bodies in various areas. He also urged that the government has been striving to modernize information exchanging mechanisms.
ዘመናዊ የመረጃ ስርዓት ሃይድሮሎጂውንም የከርሰ ምድር ውሃንም በማወቅ በመተንተን
To investigate underground water and its hydraulics, modern system is being implemented. We have also been working to organize our structure to one center. We will also have office in all basins.
The draft National Water Use Tariff Regulation approved by the Council will be submitted to the Council of Ministers soon.
Political parties are currently discussing on a draft guideline manual tabled for the establishment of joint council. The annual, which has 5 parties, will help the parties work closely on national agendas. It was indicated at the meeting organized by National Electoral Board of Ethiopia. The parties are discussing on requirements that political parties should meet to be included as members of the council. Butuka Mideksa, chairperson of the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia, said the manual permits all parties that signed the Code of Conduct on March 14, 2019 to become members. She further urged all parties to become members of the council in order to discharge their responsibilities. Addis Ababa University said it is working to produce academically well-trained and HIV-free professionals. The university has offered awareness creation training on staff on stage organized in Bishoftu Town. Tamasgen Mulatu has more on that.
The document from the National HIV/AIDS Secretariat reveals that the expansion of HIV virus in Ethiopia is on alarming stage. The National HIV/AIDS Control Secretariat has organized awareness-raising training to Addis Ababa University officials at Bishoftu Town. President of Addis Ababa University, Professor Tasso Waldehana, on the occasion said that the main objective of the training is to support the works done in the campus on controlling and preventing HIV/AIDS virus.
አዲስ አበባ ዩኒቨርሲቲ 50 ሺህ አካባቢ ተማሪዎች አሉት።
Addis Ababa University has more than 50,000 students. Most of our students are youngsters. So, in order to save these students from HIV/AIDS virus and produce skillful citizens, the leaders of the campus should be aware of the disease. If we do so, we can be fruitful in this regard. The president underscores that his university has been working with its maximum effort to minimize the dissemination of HIV/AIDS in the country.
አሁን በኢትዮጵያ የኤችአይቪ ፕሪቫለንስ እየጨመረ መጥቷል። በአንዳንድ አካባቢዎች እስከ ወረርሽኝ ደረጃ ላይ ደርሷል።
Prevalence of HIV/AIDS in the country has been alarmingly increasing. Even in some areas, it seems like epidemic. Therefore, the university has been exerting efforts to stop the prevalence of the virus. For instance, we're giving awareness-raising training in Batu and Butajira towns. We have also the plan to expand our work to some other areas.
The National Job Creation Council has held its regular session to review its 9-month performance report. The meeting was held in the presence of Deputy Prime Minister Demeke Mekonnen. 1 million 1 million employment opportunities were created in urban areas, though the plan was to create 1.4 million according to the report. As part of the reports made to the reduce unemployment in rural areas, 1.08 million jobs were also created in rural areas, meeting the target of creating 1.7 million, it was noted. According to the council, Ethiopia will need to create 3 million jobs next fiscal year. That's all what we had for now. I'm Kamaundi with the news. Thank you very much for joining us.